Paul Groves and I am the CEO of Finalto B2B. Finalto has invested heavily over the last few years in putting data centres in globally. So historically we were always centred out of London in LD4. So you sort of had this scenario where you expected your clients to come to you. But over the course of the last couple of years, we've invested in a data centre in New York in NY4. And we also now, earlier this year, rolled out a data centre in Singapore, SG3. So rather than us expecting our clients to come to us, we have actually gone out to our clients in these geographical locations. Now, along with that, we will be developing a range of, I would say, locally based products. So in the Far East, we've done products like bullion, gold, in local weights and local currencies. Out of New York, we will focus on attracting a more algorithmic and systematic client base that fundamentally likes to trade out of that area. And LD4 we will continue supporting. LD4 will always be a very important area for Finalto, and it's an area that we will invest in, as with all our data centres. We're putting a lot of onus, a lot of expertise in promoting ourselves in the Far East. We've recently received the MAS regulation for our Singapore office. We see an awful lot of growth in the Far East. I think we're only scratching the surface out there, and we've got a really good team out there. You'll see our name in lights a lot more in the Far East, using Singapore as a base and branching out into the other areas, the other jurisdictions, and you know the areas that we've historically been in, obviously Europe, the UK, the Middle East, will always be very, very important to us. But I think you'll see the Finalto name branching out into other geographical areas. Yeah, sure. I mean, we all come in with a predefined plan of what we want to do over the course of the day. That I think most people in my position will admit that probably by about 10 o'clock we've deviated from that plan due to various reasons. But we have metrics. I like to have meetings with over the course of the week with the heads of departments. So whether it's the head of risk, compliance, regulatory reporting or client services, just to make sure I'm abreast of all the situations that are arising, whether it's internally in the company and with our client base. And then really it's sort of guiding the company on a daily basis, you know, to make sure that our systems are all operating correctly, to make sure we're ticking all the correct boxes in terms of our regulatory requirements to our regulator, and also really just making sure, you know, we get through every day giving the best service we can to our client base. With relation to that question, I'm a little bit old school with that. I talk to people. Yes, I will look at the trade press. I will attend expos over the course of the year. Expos are generally very good ways of finding out what other people are doing, what the competitors are doing, what the client base are doing. We have a very good sales team. I've always encouraged the sales guys to talk and girls to talk to their clients as much as possible, to get feedback from their clients. We like to log this feedback. We like to keep a tally of all the metrics, all the ideas that we're getting from clients and requests we're getting from clients. And from that, we can sort of build up a very good picture of what the market's doing, what the market trend is, what the requirements are. Sometimes we can fulfill those requirements. Sometimes we have to work hard with our clients to get to where they want to be. But really keeping abreast of the situation within the market, new products, new services, new names coming into the market space, should be relatively easy if you carry on talking to your clients. I think we get guided, and I get guided by integrity, honesty. I think they're the main things, and professionalism as well. You know, we live in a very, very professional, highly regulated environment. There's a lot on our shoulders to make sure that we provide a very, very good service to our clients. It has a knock-on effect. If we are not providing good services to our clients, they cannot provide a good service to their clients as well. So yeah, we must keep focused at all times. My leadership style really has been dictated to a certain extent by the people surrounding me. Luckily, through my career, I've always been surrounded by some really good people, especially at Finalto. In our senior manager roles, we have very strong, experienced personnel running all our different departments. Now, that really helps as a CEO to have the confidence in the people around you. I'm not a micromanager. I never have been and I never will be. I think people need to flourish. I think people need to make their own decisions. I think they need to make their own mistakes. And as long as we learn from our mistakes, I know it's a cliche, but I think it's very valid. As long as people learn from mistakes and hopefully don't make them again, I think going forward, they will probably be better at their job and they will have a better understanding. They'll know the pitfalls. I'm there to guide them. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I am still learning and I'll always learn on a day-to-day basis. But any experiences I have had from my many, many years in these markets, I will always push on the people that work for me. So they have a fundamental understanding of how the market is now, but how the market used to be. And that will, in theory, help them sort of formulate a view of how the market will be in the future. I would say never ever think you know it all. Every day is a learning curve. Although when you get to my age, you have banked a lot of information, but there's always more to learn. There's always situations that come up that you may not have encountered before. There could be requests from clients that you may not have encountered before. So every day will probably throw something at you that you can learn from.